I have a love-hate relationship with the evening. I love it because it means work is over. I hate it because it's a mere 5-ish hours for me to prepare for the anxiety of the next day, which is simply not enough time. But due to the confines of society, it's what we have to work with. So as a chronically anxious human being, I'm going to show you the evening reset that consistently helps me wind down and keep the nagging, neurotic, catastrophic thoughts at bay, especially during times of extreme stress and burnout. It also gets me in bed by 10 p.m., which is crucial because I am not 21 anymore and my body does betray me if I go to sleep later than that. Now, I work from home. However, I did work in an office 5 days a week for several years. So I'm very familiar with the dread that comes along with that life. Also the pros. There are some pros, but there's a lot more dread. But my point is, even though that isn't my life now, I'm very familiar with it. I remember what it's like to build an evening routine around it. And so I hope that this reset is realistic and flexible enough that you can identify the pieces that work for you and leave behind whatever doesn't. Okay? So let's get into it. Alright, so before I even leave my desk for the evening, I'm gonna write down my to-dos for tomorrow. I like to just do a quick little brain dump so that I'm not worrying about these things throughout the evening and into the night, which I will inevitably do if I don't write them down. Okay, so it doesn't have to be anything fancy. My lists are literally just on lined pieces of paper. And this is my brain dump for the evening. Tomorrow morning, I'll look at this list and I'll make it into a more organized, time-blocked schedule.
Gucci, do you want your dinner?
You can have your dinner in exchange for a hug.
You sit, please.
Good boy. So it used to be that by 5 p.m. Hi, Goose.
We're gonna go out soon, buddy.
Should I just do this part of the video from the ground?
Okay, hold on.
So usually by 5 p.m., Goose, you just put your butthole on my knee. Goose, there's poop on your butt hairs. We're gonna have to wash that off. But okay. So it used to be that after work, I would be completely ravenous and I would just gorge myself with chips and crackers and generally salty, unhealthy things. And I don't think that that's generally good for winding down. I don't really have scientific evidence for that, but I'm like, it feels right. Doesn't it feel right, Goose? I mean, it makes sense because like salty, unhealthy foods, they're not good for your body. They're not good for your mind. Pretty much the only thing they're good for is your taste buds. Sometimes your mood, but that's like, it's kind of temporary, right? So anyways, when that was my snack, I wouldn't actually get full from it. And then I would be extremely hungry when dinner time came around. And then I would either eat too much and feel overly full and feel uncomfortable, which would make it harder to wind down, or I would still feel hungry after dinner and then I would just graze the rest of the evening and then I would go to sleep like right after snacking, and then I don't think that's good for like sleep or winding down either. However, once I started making protein smoothies every morning, I found that those coupled with lunch would keep me a lot fuller throughout the day. See, look, that's my neck, buddy. So like around 10, like 9:30, 10-ish, I'll make my protein smoothie. I'll put the recipe for the smoothie somewhere over here. It might cover Goose's face, I don't know. Then I'll have my lunch around 12 or 12:30, and then by the time I get to now, I'm not ravenous, and I owe it all to the protein smoothie. So now I have one of these energy bars. They're from Costco. What do you think about them, Goose? This is torture. I'm letting you smell this and you can't have it. That's just mean of me. I'm sorry, buddy. But I have one of these as like a little reward, you know, for finishing my day. Because what's better than a little snack as a reward for existing another day in our capitalistic society? You know, perhaps a paycheck. A paycheck, one might argue, is a better reward, but a snack is a close second. Maybe a third after like a pizza party. So that was a long-winded way of me saying that the key to starting my evening off right is making sure I'm eating well throughout the day, because otherwise I'll get to the end of the day and I'll be hangry. And that's no way to start your evening. That's not a good reward for existing another day in our capitalistic society. All right, Goose, you ready to go outside? Let's go outside, bud. For me, getting outside in the evening, even if it's just for a little walk, is really important. It's also crucial for Goose because it's how he pees. Yay! So it used to be that my commute was my evening outside time because I would take the train. So I had about a 10-minute walk from my office to the train and then a 10-minute walk from the train to my home. So that kind of did it for me. But now that I work from home, I just have a walk from my office to the living room. which is a little different.
Big stretch. He's doing a big stretch.
So even if I didn't have a dog, I think I would still try to get outside every evening after work, just because it does act as a mental reset for me. And like there are definitely days where I don't want to do it at all, especially like the 6 months of winter that we have here. But again, because I have a dog, I can't really avoid it, so I have to do it. And I will say every single time I do it, I do feel better because I either get outside and enjoy the lovely weather, or I get outside and I'm miserable for 20 to 40 minutes. And then when I get home, I am falling over. And then when I get home, I'm jubilant to be home. I'm falling over. I'm just gonna focus on putting this shoe on real quick. We did it. Another thing that I would recommend to help you wind down for the evening. This is very optional. You don't have to do this. It's like a little bonus. Oh, Goose, I put your leash on before I got you your treats. Hold on. If I put his leash on before I get him his treats, he comes over here to get his treats, and it's like he's on like a little puppy chain gang, like he's just walking around with his leash off his belly. Anyways, what was I saying? Anyways, my bonus tip is to change before you go outside for your outside time, because that can just also be a physical signal to your body that the time of day is changing and that it's time to be a different person. It's time to be a more relaxed person because you're in relaxy clothes. So I would say about 50%, no, 65% of the time I change before I take Goose outside. But today I'm wearing a weather appropriate outfit already, and it's comfortable and I like it. So I'm just gonna keep it on. All right, Goosey, let's get your leash back on. Okay, 2 other things. One, if you can't get outside, at least move. Dance around, do some jumping jacks, something. Because I read in this book, Burnout, that movement is the #1 way to complete the stress cycle and let our bodies know it's safe to relax. So I think the literal walking part of going outside is key for me. Second thing, I usually try to leave my AirPods at home because I think it makes it more likely that I'll have little interactions with people. And this is something I've actually done for a long time, but they also mentioned this in the book, which was very validating. It said that casual, friendly moments indicate to our brains that the world is safe, and when we feel safe, our brains are going to let us be more chill and happy. So even though your instinct may be to avoid small talk, it can actually be very beneficial sometimes. Okay, now I don't take a shower every night. I don't do any of this every night. I feel like I should say that. Where am I in the camera? How's this reflection working? This is a natural way to stand. I just feel like I should say that I don't do all of this every single night. This evening reset routine is less of like a routine and more of just like several different options that you can do sometimes when you want to. Because like evenings are difficult, right? Like sometimes you got things going on in the evening. Sometimes you have to work late. You can't avoid it. So your evening is going to be shorter. Like don't feel like you need to fit all these things into every single evening. It's just if I have the time and I really want to feel well rested and de-stressed in the morning, these are the things that I'm going to try to do, okay? Just want to make sure you know that. Okay, so evening showers. I don't do an evening shower every day. Sometimes I do a morning shower. But I like an evening shower for an evening reset because I can enjoy the shower without rushing to go somewhere after. I don't have to get out and get ready. It just genuinely feels calming because it feels like less of a chore. Okay, so here's what goes into my perfect evening shower. First of all, the fairy lights go on, and don't worry, they won't electrocute me. They're waterproof. And then I have a phone holder so that I can watch a YouTube video or a podcast while I'm showering. It just makes the whole experience a lot more cozy. And then I wash off my anxiety from the day with my best smelling soap, and I finish things off with my deep conditioner because just like something about scooping conditioner out instead of squeezing it out of a bottle feels significantly more luxurious, and I leave the shower feeling like a brand new human. Now, what I used to do was after I got out of the shower, I would do my skincare, but I've stopped doing that because it's too much for my brain at once, because I hate showering, and I also hate doing my skincare. So I guess I just hate personal hygiene. I mean, I like being clean. I just hate the amount of time that it takes to achieve that. That's why to enjoy my evening showers, I need fairy lights and a tiny television screen. But anyway, so post-shower, I put in my hair products. I've been experimenting with some new hair products because you may or may not know, but my hair is wavy. I don't wear it wavy very often because I've had some problems with my hair being very damaged, and I don't like the way it looks wavy now that my hair is thinner. However, my hair has recovered a lot, and I'm trying to retrain it to be wavy because I think it's really pretty wavy when it's really long and when there's more of it. So anyways, I've determined that the only way to really figure out what works for your curly or wavy hair or whatever is to just experiment, because you can do exactly the same thing that somebody else says in a TikTok video and your hair will look nothing like it. I'm using this, nope, that's the back of it. I'm using this mousse. I tried this the other day just using mousse instead of like curl cream and gel and mousse, which is a lot. My hair did not really respond well. Oh, but also I like to put a little leave-in conditioner in first. This is what I use. 1 second, because this is about to fall. Okay, so then I've seen that flipping your hair over to comb it helps. So I do this to help give it volume, I think. Let me lower you. And then I just take the foam. This is the most fun part. Science. And I just do this. I might need a little more. And then I have no idea where you are. Can you see me? You can see me. Okay. And then I just scrunch it. Sorry if you don't care about this, but it's what's happening. And then I just... And now I'm beautiful. When I did just the mousse the other day, I felt like my hair was a lot lighter and fluffier. Like, I don't think my hair is actually curly. I definitely think it's just wavy. So using too many products, it wasn't looking good. The one thing I also know about wavy hair is that you can do the exact same routine twice in a row and your hair will look completely different. It's fun because it's a surprise every time, but it can also make you want to cry because it's a surprise every time. Oh my God, my towel is about to fall down again. You know what somebody told me? Somebody told me I should try plopping. Kind of sounds like a sex thing, doesn't it? It's not, it's a hair thing. I'm gonna try it. Okay, so I've tried this once before several years ago and I hate how it turned out, so probably not gonna really like it this time, but you know, it's always fun to try the same thing again and expect different results. I'm pretty sure this is how you do it. I have this as a special hair towel. You scrunch and then you put the towel right next to your dog's butt. It's very important. And then you just lower your head so that the curls are all scrunched up in there. And then you do this, and then you just leave it for a little bit. Ooh, the lighting in here is awful. I look like a tomato a little bit. Ooh, now the lighting is changing. And you can see up my boobs a little bit. All right, let's get the heck out of here. So one thing about me is that I will absolutely never cook on a weeknight. I won't do it. I just spent 8 hours working, using my brain, possibly being social, and then you want me to cook a home-cooked meal? Absolutely not. I will be the first to say it. I am not a woman who can do it all. I'm a woman who can do a few very specific things in one day before she has a mental breakdown. So Morgan, how do you eat then? I cook on the weekends. Every Sunday night, either myself or my boyfriend David will cook dinner for the week. We switch off each week. And we make enough on that one night to last us all week, usually Sunday through Thursday, and then we'll order out on Friday. I highly, highly recommend that strategy if you feel like your whole evening gets eaten up by cooking. Pun intended. I actually have a ton of recipes that are great for making in big batches and that last really well throughout the week, so I will link some of my favorite ones down below in the description. And I would love to be able to show you one of those wonderful recipes right now, but this week I just threw together something really random and not like appetizing because we just got back from a trip, so I just kind of used whatever we had in the apartment because we didn't have time to really go to the store, so it's just pasta with some of this sauce on it. There it is. And then I put some spinach in it and some peas. And then I just have some squash and zucchini here that I'm frying up. Not frying. I'm panning up. I'm pan searing. Is that what it's called? I'm pan searing up some squash and zucchini to go on the side real quick. And then I've got some bread that I'll slice. This was left over from our trip, so kind of surprised it's not stale yet. Oh, it's time to unplop. Is it beautiful? Okay, this is something. Not feeling great about it. Okay, don't touch it. Don't touch it. If I don't touch it, it might look okay. Okay, so after dinner, I have a list. It's pretty much just a list of normal things that one should intuitively do after dinner, but I forget to do always. So I call it my evening reset list, but I don't do all of these every single night. But again, for the nights where I really want to do a full reset, this is what I'm going to reference. And the reason that I have it all written down is because, like I said, I usually forget. And so even when I have a night where I'm like, okay, I'm going to do a proper reset, I then come into the kitchen after dinner, I load my dish into the dishwasher, and then I forget everything else that I could possibly do. And I stand here trying to remember, and then while I'm trying to remember, I get distracted by something else, and then I don't remember the things I was trying to remember until I wake up in the morning, and then I realize the things I was trying to remember aren't done, if that makes sense. Like, I will forget to load the dishwasher at night, so then I'll wake up in the morning and I'll come to make my breakfast and I'll be like, oh my god, we don't have any spoons. How am I supposed to eat breakfast things without spoons? Well, if it's just toast, you can just use your hands, and if it's eggs, you could use a fork, but I don't eat either of those things for breakfast. I eat oatmeal, so I need a spoon for oatmeal. So anyways, now morning me is frustrated because evening me didn't do her job, whereas if evening me had just loaded the dishwasher, then morning me would be a lot happier and would want to kiss evening me on the mouth. So I made this list so that I will want to kiss myself on the mouth. That's what we're sticking with. Now, if you want to put together your own evening reset list, don't feel like you necessarily need to just copy mine, though you can if you want. I'll be flattered. But just think about what would make life easier for morning you. So like for me, having my tea kettle filled, having my oatmeal bowl out and ready to go, having clean dishes and clean countertops, that all removes a lot of frustration for morning me and starts her day off on a better foot. So just think about what those items would be for you, and also think about what's feasible for evening you to actually accomplish. Okay, we're back in the bathroom to do our skincare, wash our face, etc. I looked in the mirror earlier and I was like, actually, maybe I fuck with the plopping. Maybe it worked. But now I'm looking at it in the camera and I'm like, oh no, God, this is not working. So I don't know. Let's get this guy in. So I've taken the lights out of my mirror. Let me show you. These are gone. There's 4 left. Well, that one's burnt out. There's 3 left over here for general light and for David, but I took all these out because I have a tendency to pick at my pores if I can see them too well. So taking those out made it less likely for me to pick at my face while I'm washing it, especially. But then on nights where I want to make it really cozy, where I really don't want to pick at my face, where I really want to reset, I'm gonna light a candle. And I'm gonna do my skincare by candlelight. And now we shut off the big light. Oh, you can't see me now. Should we tell a ghost story? No, we shouldn't, because I'm home alone and I'm already scaring myself. Okay. And voila! Face is washed. Goose, how do you think my face looks? Not as cute as yours? Yeah, that makes sense. Alright, so at this point in the evening, usually one of 2 things happens. Well, one of 3 things when David's home too. He's on a trip right now, so it's just me. But typically what happens is either David will go play video games, I will go do some editing, or David will go play video games and I will do something that's actually fully relaxing and not work related. Or third option, we'll hang out together and usually just watch TV and relax and snuggle with Goose. Now I really struggle to do that third option on my own because here's what happens. I turn the TV on, I pick a show. About 10 seconds into that show, I pick up my phone. I look at TikTok. I scroll on TikTok. I'm no longer watching the show. I tell myself I'm still watching the show, but I'm not watching the show. I'm watching TikTok. I tell myself that for an hour. A lie. I tell myself for an hour. I only realize it's a lie once the show is done and the reality sets in that I have TikToked my way through an entire television episode and now it is 10 p.m. Now it's past my bedtime. Now I'm upset because it's past my bedtime. I'm also wide awake because I TikToked until my bedtime. Now I don't have time to actually wind down and watch a TV show, and so I just try to go straight to sleep. This doesn't work. This never works. I am now flooded with thoughts of what I didn't get done today, of what I need to do tomorrow, and also 5 to 7 embarrassing moments from throughout my life. Then all of a sudden the sun is rising. It's time for me to be alive again, but I don't feel alive because I TikToked through my shows. And so that's why a crucial part of my evening reset is to turn this thing on Do Not Disturb and get it as far away from me as possible. And then as a little reward for putting my phone away, I have my Sleepytime drink. I just mix in some of this magnesium powder with some water. To be honest, I don't really know if it does anything to actually make me calm, but I have Pavloved myself into associating the taste of it with going to sleep. So I do recommend having a Sleepytime drink. It doesn't necessarily need to be this. It can literally just be like a spindrift or a tea, something that you enjoy drinking, that you can look forward to drinking at night and kind of make that your evening drink. Because that's something that's pretty easy. You can do most nights. So even if you can't do a full evening reset, you can at least have your Sleepytime drink, and that'll at least tell your brain like, hey, it's time for bed because we're having this drink, we're tasting this thing. At least that's how I feel about this. Anyways. Goosey, can I sit with you in the bed that is mine? Thank you for sharing with me. All right, so now it's time to just enjoy myself. And I'm not gonna turn on the TV quite yet. I'm gonna try to do a little active relaxation. And this is basically just what I call anything that still kind of uses my brain, but is at the same time relaxing. I mean, watching TV kind of uses your brain, but like not really. So anyways, the three things that I like doing right now are reading, scrapbook journaling, and watercolor painting. So I was gonna do watercolor painting tonight because I've really enjoyed doing that, sitting out on my balcony. However, it was raining this evening. So actually, I mean, that could have been really relaxing to do it in the rain because we do have like a little covering on the balcony, but it was really humid. My skin didn't want to deal with the humidity. So I'm probably going to do about 10 to 15 minutes of reading, and then I would switch to TV because I don't care what the science says, you guys. TV puts me to sleep. I don't care about the light, the white light, the blue light. I don't believe it. I do believe it because I believe in science, but I believe that I'm immune. It's my superpower. It's a mutation. Put me in the Avengers because blue light or yellow light, white light, whatever light the TV is giving off, it soothes me. Do a test on me. I'm telling you, that's what it'll show. Because when I read a book, I do not get sleepy. I feel relaxed, but I do not get sleepy. Turn on a television show, it'll put this girl right out. So I'm gonna read for about 10 to 15 minutes. Normally I'd probably read for about 30 minutes or do my active relaxation for about 30 minutes. And when I say normally, I mean when I'm not filming, because filming this whole thing has taken me a lot of extra time and it's now 10 o'clock at night. Normally when I reach this point in the evening, it's like 7:30, and I like to be in bed watching TV by like 8:30. So yeah, I'm just gonna do a little bit of this to wind down, and then I'm gonna watch my programs. Okay, I don't really know what else to say anymore. I'm not really sure what I've said in the past hour, because like I said, it's 10:02 right now. Oh my god, it's so late. I like to be asleep by 9:30. It's 32 minutes past that. My voice is getting raspy, but I gotta finish the evening reset. Okay, I'm gonna do the rest of the things that you do before you go to sleep. What else do I have to say to you right now? I have to say thank you for being here. I don't have to say that, but I want to say it because thank you for being here. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up so that the YouTube minions will show it to other people. I would really appreciate that. Goose would really appreciate that. And I think your mom would really appreciate that. Isn't that nice? That's like a your mom joke, but it's like a nice one. Like your mom would appreciate that. Unless you don't have a mom, then the mom like figure in your life might appreciate that, or the father, or the parental figure, or the friend. Your friends will probably appreciate it. Oh my god, I'm so sorry guys. Okay, it's over. The video's over. Thank you for coming to the show. It's off now. Good night. Oh my god, really fell apart there. Okay.